Alrighty guys, welcome. I hope my camera is working. Let me suss it out when I click over to live stream. Morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Yeah, my camera's on the way out guys, as it was as you mentioned, I think on Friday. So I haven't had a chance to get a new one. You can probably see it. I'm really laggy with my movements. It wasn't even working at all before, so if my camera cuts out during the stream, you're just gonna have to make do. I actually won't be able to get a new cam until probably Wednesday, so yeah, tomorrow could be interesting. But nonetheless, I am here. I'll do my best. It's always good to see my pretty face, isn't it guys? So I hope you're all doing well nonetheless. I hope you all had a good weekend. And wow, what is going on here? So what have we come back to? A mess. GJ dying. Just shit the bed, didn't it? It has literally had a big dump in the past couple hours. Obviously there's a bit of talk about intervention from the Bank of Japan. It is a bank holiday over in Japan, so wasn't expecting to be talking too much, but I have a feeling it's more to do with just the level, to be honest. That it is very overbought. And a lot of these algorithms and that would have on GJ that 200 sort of flat level. I was looking at UJ before, probably around that 160. That's what it got up to, just over that, and it just sold off since. So I'm assuming it's got a little bit more to do with that. Obviously the fact that it's at levels it hasn't been at in God knows how long. So a bit of both as far as possible intervention and just pure levels. All right, so guys, without further ado anyway, we will, as always, we'll do the analysis. I'll try my best today with the camera being as is. And yeah, we'll get cracking. I'll have a look at GJ, gold, eventually GU and NAS. So without further ado guys, let's start with GJ and let's have a look at the weekly time frame. Well, it's made a big push into that previous weekly candle, which was a very strong bullish candle. Let's see though, where did it actually bounce off? So marking from the high to the low of that previous weekly candle. So it's above the 50, which is what I'd like to see. If we are to potentially form a support, I'd want to see us respect the 50% at previous strong, really strong bullish candle. Form a support in my time frames to head back up to look for our potential buy. So as long as we respect the 50%, I still am in favor of well, the short-term buys, and obviously the bias is to the upside. If we start to pop below at 50%, start forming a bit of resistance on the minor time frames below that level, we could pull back even further into that previous weekly candle and maybe even eventually fill it completely, engulf it. So looking at the daily, we have bullish in structure. What a candle though, current day. High low high high, but is forming strong bearish at the moment. So we are bullish though. Let's see what we've got once we go down to the 4 hour. All right, so the 4 hour, it is still also technically bullish. We have a lower high, lower low. Previous candle did close back, strong rejection. We're just over 40 minutes into the current candle. I'm not going to mark in a low just yet. I will mark in support though, because if we do pull back down towards the current 4-hour candle's low, not necessarily going to be interested in selling it because he's selling into 4-hour support. So it lines up with the 50%. So here we go, guys. We can start to see different confluences we can gather if we were to look for potential buys from around that level. We'll be remaining above the 50% that previous weekly candle. Current 4-hour, I'm just going to mark in the high of it. By the way, guys, it's going to be very careful if we are to trade GJ today. The way the mood it's in right now, I'm going to mark a 30-minute the resistance in on the 30. It's just going to be too big a zone. I was watching this before for a moment, and I shit you not, because I was trying to mark in some zones to the guys that I send charts to, the guys that I coach, and this thing was nuts. I had a zone marked in somewhere around here. This candle literally pulled up 60 pips and dropped about 180 to 200 pips in about 1 minute. So it was berserk. Like, I'm just looking at thinking, wow, GJ's in a mood today. So got to be very careful with it. So as for the 30-minute structure, well, if you are to be technical about it, we do remain bullish. There is no 2 or more consecutive candle pullback in the opposite direction to this impulse to the upside, this impulse to the upside, until this low here, which we have recently respected. So it is I consider it to be a very strong level of support. So as long as we really remain above this level, we are technically bullish on the M30 time frame. So could look for our potential buy options. Now, as far as resistance, we're marking these highs. This is 4 hour. All right, so on GJ today, if I was to consider it, really, I don't know if I will, to be honest. If I was to consider it, I want to just literally chop about, get rid of this volatility, just become more placid. I don't want it to move like 100, 200 pips each candle. I just want it to chill out a bit, start to consolidate. As soon as it starts to pop up above this consolidation, then I may potentially look for a buy. That's all I can say in GJ right now. I'm really likely just going to avoid it, the mood it's in. Yeah, that's the best I can do in GJ right now. I was confused as to what levels to mark in as well. Onto gold. Let's look at gold, because maybe that could give an option. All right, so looking at the weekly, we are forming bearish. Well, the previous candle, sorry, is a strong bearish candle. Once again, no upper wick. As I mentioned all week, everyone's crying for an upper wick, but it has to pull back to create an upper wick. It does not have to. Same as the current candle. Can it? Of course it can. It hasn't got that much volume just yet. Still has no upper wick, but as long as any pullback is met by resistance on the minor time frames, and to find out what levels they could be, we'll look at that on the 4-hour M30. And as long as we met by resistance at those levels, there is a chance that we still won't pull back and create the upper wick. However, if we do, I want to see what we've got above that level, because it could be options to look for potential buys. So we are strong bearish based off the weekly time frame. Onto the daily structure is still technically bullish. Previous candle closed back a weak bullish candle, tapping into and will remain below support here to the left hand side. Current candle lower high, lower low to the previous, once again pulling back within the current candle. Let's see what we've got once we go down to the 4-hour and M30. Not quite yet tapped into the most recent support, so we do have candle probabilities now to the downside on the higher time frame. Now onto the 4-hour. And structure wise, we do remain bearish as well on the 4-hour. Just heavy area consolidation. That candle did close back bullish. We were to continue bullish though. We have no need to pull back and break our own low, which we've just done, and head back down to fill the wick on that previous candle. So that is a possibility, but essentially we're just consolidating right now with very little real indication as to what direction we're trending in. However, we know we are technically bearish. As far as levels, see what I'm going to mark me on 30 minutes. This is difficult today as far as levels, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to mark in 30-minute zones. All right. So obviously got a level just here. Yeah, it lines up the... Yeah, all right. So I'm going to keep that in gray. Also got a level just here, low. What we've done is we've rebounded off this support, the low of the current daily candle, and tapped into a previous minor resistance on the M30 time frame, which we are currently rejecting. So I'm just going to mark that in gray. Going to remove that line now. So that's the daily flip. Actually, I will keep it in just so we have reference. All right, So I've rejected a previous resistance here to the left. Current candle is rejecting hard, forming a strong bearish engulfing candle. Right now, my options would be to look for a potential sell. What I've been waiting for is for gold on the 15-minute time frame. If this candle closes back a weak bullish candle with a long wick to the upside, this will be pretty much an identical entry to the recap video I went over on the weekend, which I hope you guys have had a watch of. A lot of free education within it. And I could look for a potential sell within it. You're gonna have a strong bearish 30-minute closure, bearish engulfing. Within that, you're gonna minor support formed on the 15-minute. Gotta continue bullish. What you should essentially do is respect below this candle, head back up, potentially create a high or retest the high. Now, if we begin to break that support, then what we're likely going to do is head back down to fill the range below, back towards that 23, 24 sort of territory. So for me right now, could be looking at potential sells on gold on the next candle. That's the earliest option. Stop loss, probably be looking around a 40 pip stop loss if it is to be based off the 30-minute. So for sure, my focus today is definitely going to be on gold, to the point where I might not even bother trading GJ at all. Just not even if it sets up really nicely, it's just too volatile at the moment. So I'm likely going to be looking for gold. Buys again, if we respect the current daily candles low, support formed at that level. Now just be looking to trade at range bound. But what we're doing right now is forming resistance within the current daily candle. So we've respected the open at this point here. We've tapped into a previous level of resistance and are rejecting. So as long as we continue to do so, like I said, no need to pull up and create the upper wick, and there is a chance that we won't do that. There is a chance we will though. So we'll wait and see. But that is gold, guys. So hopefully that makes sense. Please hit the like button. I think that was pretty good analysis. We've got how long left? 11 and a half, right? 11 minutes and 40 seconds. So let me take a look at GU quickly. All right. Weekly, strong bullish, has a high low to the previous candle already. Daily structure bearish, have high low high. We've broken the high of the previous, just pretty much tapped into a resistance to the left though. The 4 hour got a little bit more margin, not a great deal. That's the same level as the daily, approaching resistance on the 4 hour. Structure wise, we are bullish, so we're bullish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, bullish on the 4 hour. M30 I'm sure will be bullish. I'm just gonna, yeah, it's a tough one. We'll use that. M30 is bullish. All right, so GU, be dragging this up, and I'd be saying buys above this level here. Let me just mark it in. Buys above 1.25623. You got some clean traffic to the left hand side before you reach the high of that 4 hour resistance, the highest point of it. However, having said that, it's forming someone to gold just now. It could get you bearish engulfing candle, but at this point here, a little bit lower down, and this is where the M30 structure, if we do begin to close below it, will flip. At that point, we're closing below a resistance here to the left hand side also. The most recent resistance, which is also a 4 hour level. If we begin to do so, I have this level marked in when I sent in some charts to some of my guys that I coach. And if we begin to close back below that level, closing back below the 4 hour resistance, not only that, if we close below support just here, we're going to flip the M30 structure bearish. So we've got a few catalysts to start looking for the potential sell option. If we remain above 1.2520, then probably look for buys. We'll just be creating equal high, respecting the structure on the M30. The bias is currently to the upside, so I'd be looking for buys above that level, sells below it. Anything right now is counter trend. You'd have to be perfect, so bearish engulfing or similar to gold. If this candle closes weak, yeah, actually it won't. If it does close weak bullish, I don't think it's going to suffice because it's essentially just consolidating. So I'd want it to close some strong bearish engulfing candle, and then you'd probably look for a cheeky little counter trend entry, take it back down to support. But otherwise, wouldn't be chasing above the high to range 4 hour resistance, see how price reacts to it. You start rejecting it, you can sell it from higher up. If you start popping above it, then there's going to be options to look for that buy above that 1.25623. So that is GU for those who are interested. I got 8 bit minutes left. Let me knock off NAS quickly. All right, so NAS is has flipped back to an uptrend by the looks of it. Weekly close back strong bullish current. Weekly no low wick. Similar, gold doesn't have to, as long as it, in this case, is any pullback is met by support and minor time frames. So we are strong bullish in the weekly. Daily structure wise, we are bearish. We have high lows, high highs at a level of resistance. So if we do reject, obviously look for potential options below the current daily candles low. It looks like it could be a good level. The 4 hour, we are bullish in structure on the 4 hour. Once again, at a resistance. We've just recently formed a support, the current daily candles low. And we have a support a little bit lower down on NAS. So at a resistance, I'd want obviously above that level of resistance. So let me just quickly mark it in. 17843.3. We have some very clean traffic to the left, so I'd be definitely looking for my buy options above that level there. If we begin to reject just now, let me go down to the M30. All right. So the M30 structure is technically not going to flip until below the current daily candles lows, but however, we pull up just now, begin to reject, start popping blows for our resistance, then I would look for my potential sells below. You got some decent levels, I feel. Below this point here, you're back below the 4 hour resistance. Do have enough margin, probably get to break even, start securing some profits. So I'll probably say sells at this stage below 17784.76 to be exact. Buys from lower down, obviously, if we do just pop down to that level, which is the current daily candles lows, we do respect it. Even briefly pop below it, create the low wick, and pop back above that support above 17721.75. I look for my buy options, and then sell below the low of that support as well, in my opinion, would also make sense. So that's quickly NAS, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. I've done the analysis on all pairs. Not interested in GJ. 167 pip stop loss. Gold is melting. So let's just hold tight, guys. It's still very early, obviously, so no stress, no hurries. First day of the week. Just one moment, guys. We'll see if it still could close back bullish. We'll wait and see. Bearish engulfing will still suffice, guys. Just we'll wait and see. But in the meantime, let me say g'day, Josh. Morning to you. In a gold buy, nice one. Saxy, g'day, brother. James, hope you're all good to see you back on the stream. Dope. What's up, man? Leon, good morning to you. Archer, good morning, brother. Elias, good morning. On Para, g'day to you, my friend. Steve Dean, hope you're well. Ville, good morning. Ian, good morning. What broker should I use? Beginner, what leverage? I have MT4 1K. Just depends on your location. I use IC markets, so I think they're okay. Yeah, not getting slipped like I used to, which is a good thing. So IC markets are a pretty good one, but just depends on your location. Leverage, I have 1 to 30. That's just by regulation here in Oz. Mr. Legend, new channel. Been on here for about a month now, so yeah. Glad you could make it. And Sean, g'day to you. I'm all good, my friend. Hope you're well. So wait on gold. Let's just follow gold for the time being. Low is 23.29.30 now. How was my weekend? Busy, my friend, busy. Hope you had a good one. Yeah, my camera is really on the way out. Alright, if this closes like as is, it may mean requiring to wait a little bit longer. I don't want it to close strong bullish on the 15. Because what that's going to do is leave a long wick on the 30-minute. So we have to travel a fair distance just to break the low of that counter. So I feel you'd be getting in a little bit too late at that point. So what would give me more confidence is to wait for the 15 minutes to close back bearish engulfing. And it could give us an option of either that limit order sell or sell on the second 15-minute candle of the next M30. So just wait and see. 5 minutes, just a little bit of consolidation, not really clear and clean with the price action. Guys, if you haven't watched the recap video, I do suggest doing so. I feel it's a really good good update of the trade taken last Tuesday, I think it was. Tuesday or Wednesday on stream. Yeah, it's free education, so similar sort of entry to what I'd be looking at just now, but obviously still gotta wait 2 minutes to see if this will tick the box. Organize a Zoom chat, Zoom call. All good, Josh, man. Hope you are. Alright, the only stream does this, guys. I post the link in the chat for you guys to join if you want to ask questions on the mic. However, the deal is you need to watch on another device to YouTube, so don't lose viewers. Because I'm a new stream, I can't afford to lose viewers. It's the only way to grow it. Yeah, so please take that into consideration if you are going to join the Zoom call, and also behave. That's the other requirement of you guys to be able to join. Also, guys, if you could hit the like button. We're up to 570 something subscribers, so pretty happy the way it's gone in a month, in such quick time, to be honest. It's been a month. All right, gold rejecting. Let's see. It's closing back weak bearish. I want to see an upper wick form on the new M30. I want it to close back bearish. Bullish, not bearish. Still valid, I feel. It's a strong bearish engulfing candle on the 30-minute. All right. I want it to pop back and create a bit of an upper wick. It's got one. All right, this is good. Let's create an upper wick now on my MetaTrader. So it's the open of the new hourly. Let's have a look at the hourly. It's close back significantly bearish, strong, but yeah. So I'm looking to enter, guys, on the next candle. Sorry, on this candle as it breaks the low of the previous 30-minute. I've just set my order. I'm looking for an entry below. Well, it's actually, I've got it 23.29.19 is the order, the price I've got it set at. Fair bit of volatility right now, so gonna be I wouldn't recommend going all out on a Monday. Just be careful with that. Mr. Phil, good to see you found the channel. Welcome, my friend. So not in just yet, guys. I'll let you guys know if I do get triggered in. $15, a little pause. So if we are to break that pause candle, we do have clean traffic to the left. I do feel it's a pretty good option for a Monday morning. How are we, guys? Hope you're well.
Morning, mate.
Good morning to you. James, good to see you on stream. Hope you're well.
Justin. Yeah, very well, thanks. How are you?
All good, mate. All good.
Yeah.
Just watching our goal. Let's see if it's going to give an option. And this is okay. It's still the open of the hourly, so it's pulling back to create a bit more of an upper wick. It just provides options to manage it. If it does end up coming back down, breaking its own low, then it's going to be testing the low of the previous candle. I feel if it breaks at that point there, it's going to be pretty high probability entry. And I could straight away just manage my stop loss and move it to the high of the current candle. Because essentially, if it does pull, what it's done is create a low wick, pull back up to create an upper wick. If it breaks its own low yet again, it has no need to retest its own high. At that point, the stop loss should be safe. At that point, you'd be cutting it by probably 2/3 by the looks of it. So that's what I'd be looking at, guys. Just gives me a way to manage the trade. You guys know I don't like to take big losses. I always manage my trades in drawdown. Thank you for the sub, by the way. GJ, wow, it was absolutely nuts before. Look at that. That's 30 plus pips if you're gonna look to take an entry. Stop loss below the current candle. You're looking at about 34 pip stop loss. Just based off the current candle, yeah, I'm definitely not keen on that. Keep 9 gold. I'll drag this across if I get treated, but right now I'm not involved in nothing. How shit's the camera, guys? I can see it. It's almost a second behind the lag. It's terrible. Let's see. Sorry, mate?
I said sorry. I was just saying, at least you're gonna get it replaced eventually.
It's got a sorry, man. I didn't even hear.
I was just saying that at least you're going to replace it soon.
Yeah, probably Wednesday. I forgot to. I wouldn't have had time today anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I won't. Also, I definitely won't have time. So hopefully holds out until Wednesday. But I don't mind this in gold because once again it's a new hourly. Spent best part of 5 minutes just in between its own high, current candle, and the low of the previous candle. We're about breaking the current candle's low again. So looking like it could eventually come back down and break the low of it and could be triggered in. So my pending order is set at 2329.19. It wants to break it, but keeps popping back up. I get the feeling this is one where I might get slipped. Got a feeling.
It seems like it.
I have a feeling if it breaks the low of the previous count, could just pop down like quickly 4 or 5 pips, probably slip me a pip or two, pop back up, and then hopefully make the move. That's what I'd be wanting to see.
I really think the price will flip to the upside because
It could.
I understand that there was a long wick from the last hour candle, but you look at the last 2 hourly candles, which I was on the trade at that time. It just was a massive push. I don't see why at any choice he was going to go back to that low and all of a sudden it was going to push up. And now, yeah, we got our zones, which is great, but I don't know, man. I think it's going to go back up at some point.
Yeah, it could definitely do, but what I'm seeing right now is an immediate option to sell it. That's what I'm saying. I've got my catalyst, I've got price tapping into resistance, I've got a strong bearish candle closure on a previous M30, bearish engulfing, I've got a pause on a 15-minute. So I've got plenty of ticks for me to take a trade right now, but it just needs to trigger me in. If it doesn't, it goes up, that's all good. Not bothered at all.
Yeah, no, I completely understand it.
Not bothered at all. It's just what I'm seeing, just playing off my rules, my course, the way I trade.
Yeah, of course.
And when will this become invalid? Well, I have to wait for the 15-minute closure. If it closes back bullish, then I'm likely going to be waiting for removing the order. And probably wait for the closure of the 30-minute. Still one more candle away after this candle. There's a fair bit of news about this week as well, guys, so we need to be wary of that.
Oh, yes.
There's CPI for Germany today, so a massive impact on Euro pairs. All week there's pretty much USD news, employment cost index, that's read folder. You've got ADP and PMI for the US dollar on Wednesday, plus all this as well. So manufacturing PMI, jolts, job openings. Then you got FOMC. So it's gonna be a crazy week on the charts, and NFP obviously being the first week of the month. So at that point anyway. So yeah. Big week ahead on virus news, guys. Be very careful trading it.
Especially the FOMC session, because we're hearing that the interest rates are not likely to change again. So that's been
It won't.
The interest rates have not been taken down, and this is a big decision for Jerome Powell. I let to believe it's not going to change. If he doesn't change this interest rate, then there's going to be a lot of shift in the market, and it's not going to be very good.
Yep, I think it will. That will remain. To be honest, they're not going to cut interest rates anytime soon. We actually talked about here in Oz that there could actually be a couple of increases this year instead of cutting off interest rates. So I think that's also why the Aussie's been doing its thing of late. It's been moving up, which is good for me. So I think US are off a similar sort of the way they're seeing things at the moment. So I'm going to remove the auto now on gold. I'm gonna patiently wait. It's broken like the previous 15-minute candle. So I'm just gonna, I'm not interested right now. I'm gonna wait. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was just saying, I don't know if I saw the article, if it was an article from Powell or one of his representatives, but they were talking about how the interest rates are not likely to change until next year. And
yeah,
this is quite interesting because they had this big idea that they're going to change the interest rates this year. And this might lead a direction to where we can see prices going to go, not just for the dollar, but also for the gold index, and maybe for like everything else when it comes to like the housing markets, because the housing market prices were changed last week. The car prices changed last week as well. We could be leading into a big problem for not just the dollar, but like for the people that are paying for all these mortgages, interest rates, financial situations, because I don't think it's going to get any better this year at all, especially if they're not going to change anything. So I personally would like to survey and see what happens when it comes after the press conference on Wednesday, because there's no point taking a trade for like the remaining of the week, if that makes sense. It's more important to get an understanding where the rest of like next month is going to go, basically, because we're already at the end of the month as it is.
Yeah, well, FOMC will be in start of the new month anyway by that point, but obviously it's in regards to the current month. Either way, what the figures, the data they're looking at, but yeah, no, I agree. There's no point. I mean, you got to be very careful. For me, I'm still fine because I trade London anyway. Plus, I'm not swing trading, so I'm in and out really quickly. So I just wouldn't be trading near that time of day if I was to be on a chance, which I definitely won't be. And that's what I recommend others doing as well. Be patient, wait and see what happens, and yeah, because what's likely going to do is open up the ranges a bit too, create some big moves, and could give you some nice trading options maybe come Friday or come obviously early next week.
Yeah.
Looking at gold now, so it's beginning to reject a little bit, but the way the current candle is closing, and I'm going to need to wait 15 minutes. And I want to see a strong bearish candle, bearish engulfing, and then I'd be looking for potential entry on the following M30. Can see gold, I was looking at gold sell just below the pause candle on the 15-minute, but seeing we have a high low, higher high, and it is just now just closed a strong bearish candle. So in accordance to my rules, my playbook, I need to now wait at least 15 minutes, wait for this candle to close, and if it closes right near the low, then perhaps on the next M30 I can look for my sell option. Or if this M30 closes weak bearish, so exact same scenario as the 15-minute on the previous candle, this M30 closes weak bearish, bullish, sorry, then if we are to respect it, then likely what we're going to do is head back up, retest the high, and if you have the volume momentum, potentially create a high. But if you do pop down and begin to break below it, then likely what we're going to do is fill the range back down to 23, 24. So that's why I'm currently waiting on with gold. Franco, good morning to you, my friend. I hope you're well. Doresco, morning to you. Morning coffee. Got my bowl of water after the gym this afternoon, and yeah.
What did you do today in the gym?
Today I did my favorite, shoulders.
Nice.
Did arms as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love smashing the shoulders.
It's a good part of exercise, especially if you want like a round figure.
The Volta shoulders, 3D.
Yeah.
It's I pride myself on my shoulders, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, that's my biggest asset Always had pretty good shoulder definition.
Yeah.
But I work hard on it. Like really high intensity on the shoulders because they're really, it's a small muscle, so they react better to well, I feel anyway, I react better to high reps. Some, yeah, of course you got to lift some heavy weights if you want some more mass, but I mainly just focus on high reps, high intensity.
Yeah, of course. No, it depends on what you're looking for your body structure. If you want like big muscle masses, or if you just want tone,
Yeah, exactly.
stuff like that, you know.
The rest of sorry, mate. Oh, all good. Thank you for the sub. So, it's kind of, you get a lot of fitness advice on this stream as well, or not so much advice, but chat while we wait. And gold is pushing back up, so it's all good. Not worried one bit, and I'm not interested in GJ after all this bank holiday on the in as well. So
Yeah, that's quite interesting that GJ just did that. I don't know, like you said, maybe it was just a price reaction.
I think it could be just a price reaction because UJ was the same. It tapped into 160.
Yeah.
And it just melted. So because it's a bank holiday, so I'm not sure what would have been said, if anything, other than the fact all it says here is about hitting certain levels. So
As well, when GJ did that, gold obviously dropped, and then it did another one of that, and this is on the 30-minute I'm looking at, and went down to like 23.20, then it just flipped after being in that zone, and after
yeah,
that,
it's bounced off.
yeah, and that's where I managed to take a trade around 23.25, and
Nice one.
literally went up to about 100 pips up to the actual top. So not bad start of the morning, even though maybe I should have had a couple of hours of sleep still, but you know, I can get that anytime.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 32, coming up to 33 in August.
Yeah, I've got 10 years on you. I think you value sleep a little bit more once you get to about 40.
Yeah, absolutely. But because I do like night shifts and stuff as well, luckily I've
used
been
to
on holiday this week and I've been trying to catch up on sleep. But I don't know, man. I'm looking to try to change my job as it is, just because I can't do night shifts much longer. If this,
Oh, it's hard, man. I remember they did a study on it, people doing night shift, and it takes like 10 times longer for your body to recover from night shift than if you were to work daytime. Something like that, some ridiculous number.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a killer. I've done it years and years, about 15 years ago. I did it for a little bit, but it wasn't consistent. It was just because I was in major events, and some major events, the only time we could do the work was overnight.
Yeah, of course.
And that might go for a week or two, but that was a killer.
Oh,
Absolute nightmare.
No, it is, especially if you try and focus on fitness and stuff as well. Your body's not going to recover at all from not just the sleep schedule, but just like you're trying to recover your body as well.
Exactly. You need proper rest.
Yeah.
GU's looking good, guys. GU's looking pretty good for a sell. 30 breaks its own low could be a good option. The safer option at this point is probably waiting for the 15 to close, and which will obviously close the M30. You've got a pause just here. If it closes below this pause or right near it, then I feel it could be a good option. Even this 30-minute closes as is, then again, as soon as you break on a falling 30-minute candle, that is to me a really good option. So would I take an impulse right now? Doubtful, but it does make sense. You could use the FIP, mark in from high to low, and it's closed above the 50. So I deem that to be more of a stronger closure. So therefore, in accordance to my rule book, I would probably need to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. and I'd want it to either close bearish engulfing below the low bullish candle, or if nothing else, right in a low. And what that's going to do is leave the M30 for long wick to the upside, closing near its low. That is likely to grab liquidity from the upside. New candle is potentially just going to drop. Don't really need to create much of a low wick or up wick, sorry.
Yeah, that's my plan. Next candle.
Yep, I think it's a good option. I think it's a really good option. Looks probably the best of the lot right now.
Are you trading, do you, Justin?
No, still haven't been trading it. Just analyzing it because a few of my guys trade it. But yeah. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yeah, just haven't been around. Been on other stuff for the past 2-3 weeks. But yeah, back to trading properly now.
Nice one. Oh, it's all right to take a break.
You've grown so many viewers now.
Oh yeah, we're getting up to. I got up to 90 something last week at some point.
Been quite quick, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, really quick. I'm very happy with the progress.
Love it.
Yeah. So we're consistently getting to around 70 now.
Yeah.
On the lives. Usually Tuesdays and Fridays are a bit less because I start a bit later. But
Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah. Because I'm not usually on for as long. But for those of you who are here, you know, we just stick around to the end because you never know. The last 2 trades from last week were both taken right at the end of the stream. One of which I did the recap video on. I was actually going to hop off before it, but I was waiting for the news to be released on GJ that day, on the pound, sorry. So I decided to wait, and then gold in the last second gave a mint sell option, so I had to take it.
On YouTube it says gold buys winning this morning.
Buys?
On the top right hand side on trades taken, gold buys.
Oh, yeah. Oh shit. That's yeah, I gotta remove that.
I was gonna say, I thought I was safe. But I didn't remember.
No, that was Friday. That was a cracking. It just didn't trigger me in. I was just unlucky. But some did get triggered in. It was a limit order. Yeah, like it lit up green twice on my terminal. But normally on gold the spread would tag you in, but it just didn't tag me in. Some got tagged in and it literally just bounced off. It was a cracking entry in the end. It was somewhere here. Where was it again? It's off to 50. I think it was. No, it wasn't there. Probably looking at wrong Friday. I'm not gonna find it, but it literally came within a whisker. Gold's looking alright though for potential sells on the following 30-minute candle, the next candle. I'm just gonna wait for this candle to close. It's setting up similar to GU. GU is breaking now though, so GU is step ahead. GU's looking good. If this candle closes as is without melting, I think that'll be a really nice sell option on the next candle. Similar on gold. Yeah, hopefully it holds for you. But gold, what we've got now is, if I was to use the fib based off the 30 minute, if this closes below 50%, it's a weak pause. I could look to take the trade on impulse as the new candle breaks the low of the pause candle. So I'm just gonna, once again, just line it up, just in case. So I want it to close below the 50%. closes below 50%, then I can potentially look to take it on the next candle as it breaks. Otherwise I need to wait. Once again, need to wait for further confirmation. It could be a 15-minute closure below support. So once again, it's data prints. I just reassess. That's all I'm doing the whole way along. Christopher, good afternoon to you, mate. Good evening. So I'll keep the fib in for now. If it closes below it, then we could have a potential sell option. If it closes above it, then I need to wait once again. Oh, Bitcoin's dropped a bit. Just noticed that. Now, is GJ an option at all? The stop losses are massive. It does look like it's ready to shoot up, but you're looking at big stop losses. Even if you wait for these counts close, if you use technical level based off the previous 30, you're looking at close to 50 pips based off the 15. You'd be looking around 40 plus pips, and it's just breaking now. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the yen at the moment. Alrighty guys, 60 people on the stream. Can we just, if you can, hit the like button? Want to target at least 50 likes is the first target, so you guys know what to do. Gold pushing back up. 1 minute, let's see if it closes below that yellow line. All right, it's trying to pull back. Looking like it may stay below it. 10 seconds left. All right, I'm going to remove the fib. So we're closed below. We wanted to create a bit of an upper wick. If you're going to take it without the upper wick, go a very small risk. Because what I usually like to see is a bit of an upper wick. Here, we've likely grabbed liquidity from that previous count, leaving that long wick to the upside. So we could just drop without it needing to really pull back, create much of an upper wick. Also, the way 15 closed, long wick to the upside, closing out slow. It's likely just to pop down. It'd be nice if it popped back up and then pop up to create its upper wick, and then pop back down to create to break its own low yet again. But it could just drop. So 15's tapping into the support. Gonna look to take a small entry for breaks. $23.29.38. I'm looking for a potential sell. Also got the hourly, obviously is still open. It is. So far, if we've pulled back to create an upper wick, we form support within the candle. If we begin to break the support form within the candle, break our own low, once again, looks like we could head back down towards that 23, 24 sort of level. So this is good. If this candle pulls back up to create an upper wick, that's even better. Even better, because then if we flip again and break our own low, should be right to continue down that point. No need to pull back up and break our own high yet again. Yep, this is good. So I've gone up wick on my broker now. Feel more comfortable. So how was the weekend, guys? How was it? GJ pulling back a little? Oh, actually, no, it's not. So GJ looks okay as well, because what you've done, GJ is popped up, broken high of the previous candle, now pulling back to create a lower wick. If you begin to break your own high yet again, that would be a potential option. Stop loss, you probably just have to go low risk and use the entry candle as the stop loss. So what I mean, guys, we have now a higher high, higher low. We are to continue bullish. We should respect low of the previous candle, which created that lower wick. If we begin to break our own high yet again, clean trade to the left, we're likely going to continue to the upside. So for me, that would be a pretty nice entry. You could probably now trust the low of the current candle. See, it depends where it pulls back to. Obviously, you don't want to drop too much more, because then you're going to have a massive stop loss yet again, because there's so much volume in these candles on GJ. But this is becoming, in my opinion, more appealing now if it breaks its own high yet again on GJ. But look at that, you're already looking at about 20, once you count for spread, about at least the 28 pip stop loss. Not great. So once again, I'm just focused on gold for the time being. Sure, anyone doing anything interesting this weekend? Personally, no, not at all. Help the fam out, obviously, here. Caught up some basketball, NBA. Playoff time, so. Not into that round ball stuff. The basketball's round ball game, isn't. Talking about the one you use your feet. Football, soccer, whatever you guys call it. Football, we call it soccer. Is there any downtrend in 30-minute gold? It's technically, structure wise, 30-minute is bearish. It's rejected a previous level of resistance. So just, yeah, now just waiting to see if it breaks the low of that previous 30-minute candle, sorry. And if it does, then it could be an option. Again, as more data prints. If this closes back a bullish candle, then essentially we're just consolidating on the 15. So it may mean we need to wait again. All right, so GJ pulling back again a fair distance. Wow, look at that, 60 pips. Not sure about the buy option just now. This is nuts. Volume on the yen, sorry, right now.
What's your spread on GJ right now, Justin?
Let me look. Interesting. I haven't checked that out. I'd assume it's crazy. Oh, it's not too bad. It's around 1. What do you got?
2.5.
Oh wow. What broker are you using?
On FTMO.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the GU spread is normal. GU spread is literally
Yeah, it's just
no more than 0.3.
Yeah, so it's obviously all due to the yen.
Yeah.
So not in yet, guys. This is what I am currently looking at. I'm right on that point there. So let's see. So once again, we created a lower wick, we pulled back up to create our upper wick. If we begin to break below the previous candle, then what we should do is head back down. Count probabilities to the downside, no need to pull back up and break your own high. So at that point there will be ways also, once again, to manage the trade. You could automatically move your stop loss to the entry candle, or you can just cut half. If it did pop back up to that level, seeing it's a Monday, I'd probably just move the whole thing to that point there. That means you're gonna cut your risk, the initial risk you have on the table, by 50% basically. Brian Jones, cheers to you, my friend. Hope you had a good weekend. Welcome. Did you enter a GU trade, James?
Yeah, I'm in now. Entry
Nice.
25307.
Nice one. Looking
And
pretty
then, yeah, stops now above, stops like 4, less than 4 pips, to stops about 3 pips now.
Okay. It's gold's lagging because GU's making the move.
Yeah, G's struggling a little bit though.
Yeah, it doesn't have obviously the same volume.
Yeah.
What do you target though? Do you target a 1-to-1, or are you looking for minimum of 10 or?
Yeah, I'm just looking minimum 10.
Okay.
I mean, if 10 is like as far as
The
bottom of that support goes,
yeah.
but as long as you can manage it hard, as long as you can manage it whilst you're in it, then
exactly. I agree. Who's out? I've opened a long at 23.31 at gold due to strong support. Is it better to close it's in a loss or wait? Well, if that was your plan, I mean, hold it. Don't just close it because I'm looking for a sell. You got to stick to your plan and what your analysis is telling you. You should have a stop loss in, and you should be comfortable with the risk that you have on the table. And if you're not, then you shouldn't be in the trade whatsoever. So just because I'm looking for a sell doesn't mean there's others aren't out there looking for a buy or in a buy right now. All we can go off is our own analysis, our own plan. And right now it's telling me to look for a sell. So thank you for the sub. So it's entirely up to you, mate, but I'm looking for a sell. You do what you want with your account. You've got really, I mean, in the end of the day, it's just an educated guess, really. It could go up, no one knows. So if you ask me, do I sell it now? Do I close the trade now? I'd just stick in it because you're already in the position. You should have your stop loss in. If it's stop loss, get out.
have you got an order set at that level, Justin?
Yeah, I've got an order at Yeah, exactly that level. 20, 23, 29, 3, 3, 8. All right, so it's about to break the low of the previous candle. I think it has on my broker. Just only, do you have EMA 200 for sell or buy? I don't use EMAs, my friend. All right, so it's clearly broken a low now here. It's lining up on my terminal. Could be almost in a trade. Could be in a trade very shortly, guys. Good price action, thank you. Yeah, for me. All right, so I'm just triggered in. Oh, she's dropping. All right, I'm gonna move my stop loss to the current candle, just above the current candle's high.
Looks good so far.
So it dropped to like 5 pips in a second.
Yes, mad.
Did you get slipped?
Oh shit, did I get slipped? Wow, I got slipped 4.5 pips. I really got slipped. My entry is at 29.36.
Really?
Oh, I got slipped 2 pips. Nah, that's alright. Got slipped 2 pips. Not as bad as what I thought. I knew it would get slipped, because once it breaks, it was going to break with a bit of force.
I suppose 2 on gold is actually not too bad, is it?
No, it's not, but still, it's a little bit disappointing. Especially first trade of the week. Break even gold sells. Xauusd, what style I trade? Basically, price action at certain levels. I do my analysis. Once I've determined what levels I want to get involved in a trade, I look for my signals within price action to take the trade. All right, it's pushing quite well. Here we go. Drop a little bit more. I mean, you've got I had about 6.5, 7 pips.
I would probably have about 10 pips just because I'm on 23, 29, 50.
Yep.
But it just looks like, well, it might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, it's looking alright. I'm just leaving it.
Yeah.
Broker and gold sells, nice one. Alright, this is looking good, guys. Let's go. A little bit more of a push. Alright, I'm at break even. I've got 8 over 8 pips. You would have had basically on 10 had you not been slipped. So my current entry, it's just me following my rules. I get to 8 pip profit, I get to break even, and it's see how it goes.
Do you always keep the 8 pips?
Roughly. It just depends. I mean,
yeah,
I don't mind securing something when I get to break even, to be honest. Especially at the start of the week. I think it's always a good idea. Break zone low again, then we're ready to... Yeah, here we go, guys. There we go. Alright, I've closed
especially that's a new It's a new 15-minute candle as well.
Yeah, I've closed half at right on 10 in accordance to my plan. So well done. That's a W. Hopefully you guys did take some profit. So I've got a runner going. I closed half at 10. Can show some love, guys. Let me know. We've been doing this on the daily and not getting enough love, so would appreciate it. G'day from Adelaide. G'day to you, mate. G'day from Melbourne. We're Adelaide. Never been. Would love to go. Probably better than Melbourne, man. Melbourne's just a rat race. So good start to the week, guys. Too fast move, just don't. It happens, man. Especially on gold. And that's why I have not been really getting slipped off late, but I just had a feeling today it would happen. Bit of volatility about obviously the yen as well. But there's a lot of volume within these candles itself. Some of these candles are quite wide. If you measure from high to low, you're looking at 45 pips. Even that bullish count prior to it would have been around 40. So yeah, just over 40. So to me, I know that the volume's there, so I knew there's a chance I wouldn't get slipped in this case, but still managed to get the 10. So
we need to start hitting that like button very quickly, you know, for today's session.
That's it. It'd be nice if you guys could. Mup shear first DP. Being a Monday, it's always around 10, but in general 10 works for me. Definitely targeting these lows if I don't get stopped out on the runner. So I've left 50% running. RR 2375.5 is our level, and we break that. I see it going in 2324, 2327 on the 4 hour. Yep, previous level here. Yeah, but what I see, I understand that, and you know, point taken. But after that, what we've done, we've cut through that on the 30-minute time frame, and we've made a move down through that to the left hand side, that 4 hour support, and we've made a move all the way back up. So I'm just using the most recent area and most recent price action to determine my entry point and to give me the margin as well to make this trade a valid one, in my opinion. Krish, look at 15. Yeah, so it creates up a wick and dropping. Who's there? Is there any possible chance to pull back from 23.24 to 23.32? Of course there is. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. It could do anything. It could pull back right now to that level. I have no idea, but I just saw an option for me to take a sell in the meantime. For you, like I said, mate, you need to have your plan. You should have had a stop loss in if you're in a buy. Don't just flick to a sell because you see someone else if that wasn't in your plan. So I mean, I think that's a problem with traders in general. They're easily influenced if my run is about to be taken out, which is all good. I think also a bit to do with a bit of cognitive dissonance as well with trading, because at times you try and then you just give up and you just blame it on it's not for you, or the markets just don't understand you, or whatever it is. You blame it on everything else other than you know, taking responsibility for your own actions. Plus you're following a lot of time the wrong people who are obviously in and out of Lambos and like shit. And reality is, this is just not how it is. It's a grind. But can you make money? Yes, but you might say to yourself no at that point. But you can, as long as you have a plan, you have some rules and you stick to it. It works for me. I mean, it's really not that difficult. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, I was just saying it's not even just
Oh,
having
man,
a
I'm still
plan,
in.
but also having a check on yourself with your emotions and your self-discipline. We spoke about, well, not just both of us, but like for numerous occasions on the stream, how if you're new, you need to just watch us how we do things, because when it comes to like looking at other YouTubers or the ones that got like the largest viewerships, like even on London sessions or whatever the case may be, they're going to trade differently and completely like out of their own time. And you can look at how they're doing things and that might intrigue you, but if you're going to follow their like dilemma of like how they trade compared to how we trade, you're just going to put yourself in the mud. So that's the first thing I see, you're a beginner. You don't want to follow too many trade ideas. Like, you just want to stick to one memo and one structure, because at the end of the day, if you go for like I mentioned, if you go for many multiple ideas, like all these A.C.Ts and smart money concepts, and then you've got the support and resistance and boxes and grates and or whatever the people call these things nowadays, it's just, you're just going to put yourself in the mud big time. And realistically, you're just not going to cope very well, because you're just following all these ideas out of other people's like playbooks or how they structure trades.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's okay to stick to like, sorry, yeah, and
No, go on, man.
It's okay to have like one specific structure. Like, just look how Justin's doing it. He goes for the highs and he goes for the lows and he marks them. And whenever I go for a specific price action, and if everything goes right from that analysis perspective, he goes for it because that works for him, right? If you look for another YouTuber who does smart money concepts, they do things completely different. And you're going to likely be thrown off because they don't do the same things like how Justin does it. So,
exactly.
As a beginner, you just got to be careful. Just stick to one structure idea. Like, just stick to support and resistance. That's how we're doing things. And price action as well. Sometimes it's good to keep an idea on a price structure as well. Yep. Because, that can work your way.
Exactly. If you can trade in line with it, of course.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that at any time. You can do it at Tokyo. You can do it at, I believe, the Australian Open. You can do it at London Open. You can do it at New York Open. As long as you have a specific structure instead of sticking to like, I don't know, 5 structures and all these EMAs and MAs and, personally, I trade the MAs and EMAs with some price action structures, but that's how I work and that's how I operate.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you can count your GU trade as a win as well, Justin. 1 win taken, 1 win called.
There we go. Wow, look at that. So you've secured something?
Yeah, no, I haven't secured yet. I'm at 8 pips.
Oh, okay. That should tap in. That's looking likely. Nice one.
Is your runner still in?
Yeah, I got within 0.4. I was surprised I was asleep. I've still got 15 pips running. I secured another half at 15. I've got 0.25. 25% remaining.
No.
Yeah, 25% remaining.
I think that's a good point about not following too many people. I've been so guilty of that in the past, and it does not help. Trying to do 3 or 4 strategies and one go.
Yeah, it can be very tricky, and I get it, because a lot of people want to take different ideas and they want to try to put it into their own playbook or how they want to trade. But if you stick to one and you don't follow the other 4, and the other 4, let's just say they're winning compared to the one that you're sticking to, you're just going to kick yourself in the teeth multiple times thinking, I should stick to this one instead of the ones that they're doing or whatever, because they're making more money. It's not about the money. It's about how you operate. Like, you look at these streamers, right? And people are looking for like the highest viewerships because that's what the algorithm's there for. You know, and
yeah, exactly.
If it wasn't for the YouTube algorithms or the social media algorithms, right? And it's like even Justin said, the people that has the Lamborghinis and flashing everything, they're there to catch you and take you in a specific structure where they will put you in the free Telegram group, but then you have to pay for a membership. And how else are they going to make money? They're going to make money for the memberships, right? Yes, they're likely to be winning trades on stream, but how many trades are they winning off stream? That's the thing of the beauty where people are getting so struggled big time when it comes to social media and YouTube perspective. And for me, I've been guilty of following maybe two people or two groups at least, but one of them was significantly better because how they operated, and they did YouTube sessions, used to, until they did like maybe Tokyo from now on, because you know they were more popular on the New York session, so they want to put that as a membership. London, they don't do it too much because London is a bit hit or miss scenario, so you know it's understandable. But for me, it's about not sticking to the algorithm, because you know, once again, you're just going to put yourself in a confusing scenario where if you follow the YouTube algorithm and you know they don't give you the best price structures, or they don't give you the best trade options, and they're there to scam you, then that's what beginners are going to be doing. They're going to struggle.
Yeah, it's.
Where if you stay here.
No, I agree with what you said, mate. It's look, I understand coming from, you know, both sides of the story as well. Like, yes, I know a lot of guys who watch this are looking once again, because the algorithm's gonna, you know, recommend people go to, you know, the stream with the most people on there. It may work for them, for the people. It may resonate. They may understand it all. They may, you know, actually become decent traders by joining their group or whatever it is. So I look, yes, some of the streamers are genuine. I'm 100% sure some are genuine. They really want to help people. Getting a little bit back for their time is, you know, understandable as well. For me, I always give my all for everyone that I help, that I coach. But once again, I've always said you can get heaps of content from just the stream itself. But yeah, you just need to be careful who you're following. Stick to, you know, try to stick to one stream is what I recommend. And decide for yourself, does it work for you? Do you understand it? And then if it does, then you give it a crack. Don't just, you know, if the guy takes a loss or 2 losses in a week, this guy's shit. It happens. You go through stages. It happens. Like, even I've just been taken out, by the way, my runner. I've had fantastic stretches on stream. I had a stretch last year when it was like 16 in a row wins. Then I remember having about 2 weeks where I just could not buy a win. Followed every single rule, my rule book, just could not buy a win. Obviously the stream numbers change within it, but it doesn't. You guys just need to. It's just exactly what Josh said about just stick to a streamer. Don't just jump ship all the time. You're gonna take bits from everyone, which it can be good, but just be careful what you take, because it become a big mess after a while. And it's once you know you've got all this information, you don't know what to do with it, you don't know how to put it all together. So I recommend, if you do like someone and you want to know more about how they go about it, then think about, you know, if they have a group or they do coaching and things like that. Think about it, as long as they're not ripping you off. I mean, I've seen one dude who trades London session charges £250 for a 30-minute session, because I just thought I'd check out the competition. I'm thinking, what can you teach in 30 minutes? By the time you get, you know, through the g'day, how are you, where you're from, tell me a little bit about your training, what do you want me to help me with, that's 15 minutes gone. How anyone can charge that is ridiculous. I charge basically peanuts in comparison, and my session, there's no real time limit. It's generally around 75 minutes, but I don't really care if it goes longer or if it goes a little bit shorter. It's entirely up to the person. So yeah, that's my 2 bobs worth. What have I missed? Just quickly. Wow, W, nice one. Duresco W, good work. Live Efficient Net, I love your training strategy. Appreciate it, my friend. Steve Dean, W, nice one, brother. I didn't just enjoy live golf yesterday. Yeah, I saw that was on while I was at the gym, but not a golf fan, to be honest. Branko, you secured 90%. Nice one. James Sean's asking you how's the FTMO challenge going, second part.
Yeah, good. I'm still on. I haven't traded for the last 3 weeks. I'm still on plus 1.5%. I'm on plus 3 now. So pretty well.
Nice one. So what's the target for this phase?
5.
Okay, so you're looking good.
I think.
Looking solid.
Sure, it's fine.
Nice one. I think it helps now that you don't have time limits. It's London Open, by the way, guys. Yeah, I definitely think that really helps. It must have been real, pressure trying to achieve a target within a month. For instance, 10%, that's a fair month by any standard, in my opinion. So having now the time limit knocked on its head, I think it's a lot more achievable. John, I had to step away, but it looked like a good trade to me when you entered. Nice one. Yeah, it was a good entry. Had no drawdown. That's a good way to, that's how I like to get involved in trade. I get involved in trades where and it's all part of it, drawdown, but I'm anticipating 0 drawdown. So I fine-tune my entries to a point, and again, it's all in my course that I put together over the past year. It's all in there. I fine-tune it down to a point. Even that little fib trick. Again, it's just, there's no emotion about it. It's just to tick the box. Does it close below 50? If it does, I can take an impulse. If it doesn't, I need some weight. And maybe it'll give me a chance. Maybe it'll close below. Maybe it'll make the move within that candle actually closes below, which it's done in this case. But because my rule book said to me once again, based off just using a simple fib, that this was a weak bullish candle, so it's a weak support. That means I can take the impulse entry. Have this closed above the 50%, then that I would deem as a stronger bullish candle, so stronger support. So that would require me to wait minimum another 15 minutes for the next candle to close below the low of that bullish candle. Once again, it's just me executing on my rules, my playbook, not on emotion. That's what I would have done had that been the case. Very simple. Again, it's not that hard trading. It's just people overcomplicate it because they get FOMO. They start to trade based on their emotion, not reacting to how their charts are printing. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, London Open just gave the 10 pips.
Awesome. I'm sure you're looking at this exact same sort of entry as well, either way. But once again, we do call it. Wait for the bearish engulfing. There was your sell on GU. Yep, Franco, I'm also out, the runner. RR, fear not the man that has practiced 10,000 kicks once, fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Good point. Very good point. Exactly, and practice makes perfect. I've done heaps of backtesting today. Once again, like I mentioned at the start of this year, I did some simulation sessions myself, testing out entry. to the point where it's giving me the confidence to execute upon it. You know, touch wood, I don't want to jinx myself, but so far since I've traded that new entry, I've taken 5 wins and 1 loss. I don't get many options to trade because it purely relies on price to be at a certain level at session open, basically. Either the gray zone to the upside or downside. And if it's anywhere in between, it's not really a valid entry. And that's, once again, it's just price. If, for instance, it's at support, drop straight down, you're looking to the left to target a wick to press basically buy at that point, market executed buy, stop loss below level of support in anticipation price pullback to create an upper wick. At that point there, you're safely at break even. You may have even hit TP1, may already be 10 or so pips. So that's something I've back tested. So I suggest you guys do the same. If you you know, if you want to test something, if you want to be comfortable trading a strategy or a certain entry type or whatever, give it time, test it out properly. Joseph, good call on that gold trade. Bought that one, nice one, brother. Good to hear it. Who's there? Did it hit your stop loss? Yeah, it took my runner out, but I hit TP, my friend, prior to it, so I'm not fast. I secured 75%, so secured 50% at 10 pips, 25% at 15 pips, and the remaining position got taken out at break even. Sean, okay, nice. Franco, good to have a fellow. Oh, Frank, sorry, not Franco. Good to have a fellow Aussie live streaming London. Good work. Appreciate it. Good to have a fellow Aussie in the chat. So you're welcome. Who's there? Is gold pushing back? See, I feel, my friend, that you may be tied in a trade based on your emotion right now. Because once again, you need to have a plan. You need to... What do you think? What's your analysis telling you? My analysis is saying right now we're just in the middle of this range. So there's nothing. It could pop up for sure. What would give me more confidence that it's likely to pop up if it breaks the high of the previous bearish candle, go high, low, higher, high. Then there is a chance for it to, I feel, come up to 23.34. But once again, my friend, you need to have a plan. Where are you going to be no longer trusting a trade? And at that point there, that's where you're going to exit. You've obviously got a level you want to target. What was your confirmation to enter in the first place? So you need to be comfortable in your analysis. You can't be, you know, once you're in a trade, you think it's going to push back, is it going to go down more? Should I close it just now? You need to plan for all this. Ian, buy or sell? Nothing. You're a bit late. We just took a sell and we've already secured profit. It's all part of streaming. I know you're going to cop it. It's always going to be one of those things, but I'm used to it. Obviously, been streaming now for probably about 15 months, I'd say. 15, 16 months.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, since I think it was September 22.
Or was it August 22?
Yeah, around that time. Actually spoke to Matt on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Little just message back and forth. Just sending regards, and he said g'day and, you know, doing well with everything. So everything is fine between us, if anyone was interested, you know, if anyone's wondering. I just wanted to do my own thing and that was it. Franco, GJ is just on a tear right now. When it's like this, like I said at start of stream, I'm not interested in GJ. How fast this candle dropped? $150 pips. Crazy.
It's probably something related to the yen that we spoke about last week, because
yeah, it has all got to do with the yen, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
No, I was just agreeing that it would likely be the reason is just the yen. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely just the yen. Because, I mean, GU is retracing just now, but otherwise, it's just following the majors. All the majors are retracing a little bit. Oof. break, just executed the same setup on EJ as you did on gold on 68 pips. Wow. Wow. Yeah, similar. Not exactly the same, but yeah, I see what you mean. What would have been a stop loss on EJ? Probably less than GJ. Still 40 odd pips. Yeah, but I like it. Using the entry count as a stop loss, even better. Steve Chamberlain, good morning to you. John is interested as he's heading down to fill the gap from Sunday. Open easy 50 pips. Yeah, so I look for sales below the support. It's flip M30 structure bearish. So if this candle breaks zone low again, I think it'd be a nice option to sell it. I just don't trust the volume right now on NAS. Doesn't mean it can't make the move. I just wouldn't be trading it this time of day. Oh man, here. Alrighty guys, if you haven't, please do us a favor, just hit that like button. I want us to get to minimum of 50. Minimum. We've called some quality trades today, we've had some really good discussion. And this is what you get every day on stream. And again, it doesn't mean you win every day, but I think the stream rate of late has been... I don't think I've taken a loss for quite some time on stream. Pretty sure the actual stream rate now is I think we're up to 7 wins, about 3 or 4 break evens, and 2 losses, 2 or 3 losses. Yeah, and I can always go back through it to check it. But we haven't taken a loss since I think the 2nd week. Alright, UJ moved the same as GJ. Yeah, UJ is just crazy as well. Yeah, so it's all to do with the yen. I'm sure if you were to check any other yen pair, it's basically the same.
I'll have a look for you.
Yeah, even AJ. So it's obviously strength. And I still think it's at just because price is at certain levels. Eventually they'll intervene. I don't think they're gonna have a choice because they've got to stem this free fall.
So I heard that there was some sort of intervene and then they stopped doing it because they just didn't want to continue with it. So that's probably why the yen is still struggling, because there's no full-on intervention just yet. But I think they went for a specific point to intervene, and like, that's it.
I agree. I got a feeling that 160 was probably the first step for him. Enough's enough.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Sorry. Let's see if I can find a way to share this.
You can send something in the chat if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. Just one second.
Steve was just what was okay, and yep, on that.
Just look at the.
Did you have a good weekend? I did. Yen basket. Oh wow. So it's obviously inversely correlated.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mad. Wow. So the yen, by the looks of it, the yen is strengthened, so it might be the British pound sterling if GJ is dropping. Maybe.
Yeah, it's all to do with yen, because the majors are dropping at the same time at the moment, because all the yen pairs are doing the exact same thing. All the majors doing the exact same thing, and they're all basically coming down at the moment, so definitely to do with that. All in a bit of a pullback. Yeah, GJ's is nasty at the moment. Your viewers have dropped.
Are you trading New York session, Justin?
I did a New York session last Wednesday. I streamed it too.
So you're just doing it on kind of odd days when you?
Yeah, just when exactly, pretty much when I can be bothered, because obviously it's of an evening here. Likely to be Wednesdays. When I do open the group up, once again, I just need to test the Discord out, which I might be doing later today. Once that opens up, I might do Wednesdays on there or MY session, possibly Thursday as well. I'll just have to see how I go.
I've been trading NY for a long time.
Oh, it's different kettle of fish, man, especially because the focus for that session for me is NAS and gold. I don't really look at GJ.
Okay.
So NAS is just a beast that moves it makes some crazy moves. That's this gold, but I need to get used to it. I need to watch it a bit more because it's very different to London. I haven't really watched GE. No, I haven't watched it, but I'm sure it makes some decent moves. Did I do the analysis last week? I think so.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm sure it does move a fair bit though. It's just hard because MY there's always news about it. And I'm not used to it, the volatility.
Yeah.
If the M basket gets up, stocks can come down. Yeah, maybe, potentially. I'm not too sure how that correlates, but possibly. Obviously, tech stocks have been on a rebound.
Thing is, people don't trade the yen, they just survey it to see what's going on with the yen because of the currency.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they direct it to look at, like, let's just say the GJ, you know, or the US dollar and JPY as well, because that's a good pair to look at as well.
Yep. A lot of the big tech companies reported last week, which we did speak about on stream. Most of the earnings reports are pretty good. So hence NAS is finally on the way back up. Some were good and they actually dropped. Can't think of, was it Intel or Microsoft?
Google.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think it was Google actually. It actually had I think it was year-on-year earnings or month-on-month or whatever came out a lot better than what they predicted, and it dropped like 8% or something in a day.
Yeah, so that would have been the quarter season. So
okay, yeah.
So by the sounds of it, I even got an email from one of the brokers to insinuate that the price action for Google Alphabet is actually up by 10% at the moment. So that's probably why Nasdaq is doing not too bad at the moment.
Right now, yeah, I know one of them actually tanked off the back of the earnings report, which came out really good though. So it's strange because, again, I follow a different channel in regards to stocks, and even though I was saying it's unusual because price doesn't always follow the news, obviously, but the news would have suggested that that particular stock should have actually gone up. I'm pretty sure it was Google that you mentioned. It was one of the top 10, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember exactly which one it was.
I'll look for you just a moment.
Google, Microsoft, yeah. Magnificent 7. What about you, Jay? Back gamer, exact same as GJ, exact same. It looks identical. So what I'd be looking for now is to see our price reacts to support here at 194.20, which is the 50% of that previous weekly candle. And I want to see price respect that level, form a support above it on the minor time frames if we are to head back up within the current weekly candle, potentially flip it back bullish. We've started to pop below that resistance, that line, sorry, with support, and form a resistance below support, and we could pull back further into that previous weekly candle. But the way GJ is right now, the way all the M pairs are right now, I just will not be touching it at all today. They are just berserk. These candles are huge. Look at this candle. 220 pips.
It's mad.
It is absolutely nuts. That candle 350. You just can't get a decent stop loss. And in my opinion, when it's like this, just avoid it. Give it a day, see how it is tomorrow. Steve, that's all I trade is nice. It's good for 100 pip moves to 200 leave it. Yeah, I've been told similar. Obviously, the lady I do coach over in the US who trades NAS and gold. Part of the Magnificent 7, yep. Sean, you're back, all good. NAS is heavily influenced by NVIDIA. Yeah, the top set, exactly. They basically hold up the index. But I mean, in general, a lot of stocks have been going well. I follow PayPal and that's been up a fair bit last few days.
So I can't backlog to find what the companies that we had on Friday, no, the Thursday evening to the Friday morning, but if I remember correctly, it was the bigger techs like the Google, Microsoft, the Google Alphabet. We did have Tesla earlier that week.
Yeah, which came out pretty bad.
Nvidia, Intel. I think Intel was the Thursday night. It's basically, we definitely had the big tech companies on that day, so it might be just basically doing what it did on Friday. It's just kind of like counter trading it in some way. And, looks like gold is making a lower high on 5 minutes at the moment. But
so Uzair, are you in this? Are you still in your buy, man?
No, I'm not.
I'm asking our mate Uzair from the chat, who's been asking countless times, should I sell, should I buy?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yours have dropped off. It's only 40. Call the trade. We're all happy.
That is actually it.
It happens. I mean, it's all part of it, but the more subs I get, obviously, the more live viewers we'll get, more followers I actually watch until pretty much the end. That's all part of it.
I also think if you're new to it, then you realise you think it's all about making money just instantly. And yeah, it is about making money. But
Exactly.
Actually, the value of a stream like this is more about longevity of your account.
Yeah, true.
Because if you trade by yourself, you're going to sit there, and even if you can do it for a week or 2 weeks, I don't know if anybody can do it for 3 months and actually be consistent, not even in terms of profitability, but in terms of their strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Without
Following through
around them.
Sure.
Exactly.
It's true that everyone would recommend nearly being part of some sort of group or master group, or if that is just watching these streams and watching how we go about things and that, and learning as you go, not jumping left, right, and center by yourself. I mean, I think it's a really good way to do it.
Yeah. It's better to do it with a group instead of on your own, because if you do it on your own, you're just going to have so many questions going in your head.
Yep. You're going to start. Exactly. Sorry, cut you off, man. I was going to say you're going to start also doubting yourself, because you're going to look at something thinking it's a buy, and then something, a little birdie on your right shoulder or whatever might be saying it's a sell, and then you don't know what to do. You're getting confused. So it is best to to be part of a group or to watch others. It's going to help stop FOMO and emotions, things like that, trading off the back of that, because that is a big destroyer of many people's accounts.
Yeah, exactly that. That's where you're just going to be overthinking too many times. Where if you was with a group, you can kind of stay focused in some category because, you know, they're doing the work while you're just kind of like surveying, and you can watch how they productive the trade.
Correct.
Instead of, you know, you're putting all your effort and energy in, and then you're just gonna emotionally and mentally just wipe yourself out.
I mean, I think I'm an example of you know, thinking after watching a stream for a while that this is easy, I can do it by myself, and then just going crazy, doing stupid reckless shit, blowing accounts. I mean, as a lot of, you know, pretty much everyone on stream, when you first start training, you're basically looking left, right, and center anywhere to see how you can, you know, go about learning or, you know, placing trades, things like that. I went to YouTube. I found, you know, one of the popular streamers you guys all know, for NY, the only streamer back in the day. I won't mention his name, but you'll probably know. And I thought it was so freaking easy. I'm gonna do this, and I screwed myself up. But then I realized that he isn't who he is.
No.
And I don't think it is as easy as what it is doing it his way, and I've got proof of that. I know that for a fact. But again, then I joined a group, obviously the old group TCG, and learned a lot through that. But I also have my own characteristics and brought across my own little style as well. I've taken a lot from there, and I've adjusted a lot of things my way, and I've learnt, you know, I've learnt a way, a strategy, whatever you like to call it, that suits me, and it's simple to follow, really simple to follow, as I demonstrated in that trade on gold. And it just takes the full emotion out of trading, complete full emotion out of it. So yeah, once again, be very careful who you watch. It's not as simple when you go off by yourself. It is not. So watch regularly, tune in regularly, you'll learn, and then you'll become more competent, more comfortable training off, you know, by yourself once you go off on your own.
And an hour doesn't feel like a day. When you're trading by yourself and you're waiting for the next hourly close or half an hour close, it feels
Oh man,
so slow.
Shit house, isn't it? It takes forever.
Whereas when you're in the groups, we'll wait for the next close, talk a bit. Even if you're talking rubbish in between, it just allows you to have the discipline to wait. Correct.
Makes you mind of things. What I do if I'm training by myself, away from streams or whatever, from when I'm streaming, I catch up for what's going on for the day. So for me, it's watching basketball replay or something. That's genuinely what I do while I'm waiting for a closure. So it distracts me, and I'm at that point now where I'm not gonna do anything stupid anyway. I'm not gonna do anything reckless and just trade on emotion because I see counter moving. But still, I mean, if you can have a distraction, or as long as you know where you want to get involved and what you want to see, there's nothing wrong with actually doing something in the background.
I actually think it's better, really. You've just got the charts open, you're definitely more likely to take a trade.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree. You're gonna justify a reason to take a trade, that's for sure.
But even if you were on the charts, first thing you need to do is just analyze your trades before you even do anything, like jumping in and just take buy or sell. You know, it's just, that's a gamble or FOMO or something. You see something that's like, oh my goodness, it's just went up 100 pips and stuff like that, which, to be fair, it did gold this morning. But, you know, you're going to be FOMOing, and then if it doesn't go your way, then you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot because you did not analyze the trade. You did not set up your chart. You did not do everything.
Exactly. You're just going to be pissed off at yourself, and you're going to end up doing something even more stupid because you're not going to have any of that.
No, of course not.
So that's the worst thing you can get yourself into, that sort of habit. FOMO on that, when you see a big move, Once again, you see, like, you come to the stream, whatever. GJ made a massive move. I know it's going to be hard trading it today, so forget that. Gold's made a big move, but still could provide what I want to see to get involved in a trade. It's just a matter of waiting for it to set up, and if you have the patience to do so, you're likely going to come out on top. ARA with an earnings season, so it's very volatile. Yep, as Friday year on year came in higher, which raises concerns for inflation. Still, yeah, exactly right. So, but was ignored as the hangover of Google and Microsoft hasn't been digested. Yeah, see, with the market still pumping like this, they're definitely not going to be cutting interest rates anytime soon and making money more accessible to the average person. And also, anyway, inflation's not going down. Like I said here, they're talking in odds of potential hikes of a couple of times for the remainder of the year, which is a big backflip. So hence why the Aussie's been one of the stronger performing currencies against the US dollar. So I think it's the same pretty much everywhere, and I would not be expecting rate cuts anytime soon. London, I'm only trading gold, 8% win. Nice one. That's really good. Good work, brother. I trade mainly gold. Keep an eye on GJ. I do trade GJ, but I prefer to trade gold, to be honest. Sean, you see anything I can't see? Any trades coming up myself for the 30? On what pair? I don't see anything, to be honest, man. Sorry, I missed that because the new 30's open.
It looks like it's going to retest the highs in gold, and it almost is retesting that high.
Yeah, so it's fine, and what it's done is formed a higher low and is potentially going to create a higher high, but still has to actually close above to confirm that. Yeah. Once again, that's the current weekly open where I've got this horizontal. So if we are to remain bearish within the current daily candle, obviously need to remain below that level, and if we are to not create the upper wick, we're at a level now that we could reject and head back down, but it looks like we've got the strength at this stage to potentially break through that level. So right now I don't see anything. I will not be looking to get involved on gold on a buy above personally. Few reasons. No. Stop loss is way too far. It's going to be, and this could still continue. Plus, it's come from the lows, so it's already made a significant push.
Yeah.
It's already made.
I was just going to say,
massive push.
You could have had on the gold buy would have been the 23.28. If you did not take that buy from the retest, then you just missed out. So there's no point jumping in.
Yeah, I don't see exactly. I mean, for me, the only thing would have been basically the 15-minute. Or is there something in 5? Maybe the 5, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as the 15.
Yeah, it's kind of like the 5 minute will give you a little bit of an opportunity. I've taken that 23.28, so I'm in the cushion at the moment, so it's not too bad. But yeah, if you did not take it from after it hit that break even from your trade, then you kind of missed the opportunity for people that were asking for buys. It's long gone now.
Yeah, it's more than easy long gone now. I mean, the next buy option is just to wait for a pullback again. What I'd really like to see right now is a nice clean move, and maybe again flip that weekly, flip the daily bullish, create the upper wick, maybe tap into 23.40, pull back to this resistance that we're just breaking out of, form a support, and then look to potentially buy it. That's probably your next option. I wouldn't be looking to buy upon continuation just now, just because it's ripped too far in my opinion. Doesn't mean it can't work, but you need to be comfortable in your entry and taking a trade. I would personally not be, so I would not be taking that. Because I agree with Josh, when I look at that and see the big move, I'm thinking, well, I should have been in lower down had I been looking for a buy. No point getting in now because I've missed the fair chunk of the move already. Likely can continue, but that's what I'm thinking. Likely I've missed the move. because you need to be comfortable in every setup you take. You don't take an entry and who's there, sorry to use you as an example. If you still are in the chat, you probably dropped off either way. But you don't, the last thing you want to be doing is going to a trade thinking, oh shit, should I close it now because it's going the wrong way? What should I target? Where should I exit? Should I buy? What? Being confused, not knowing, having any idea what you want to do. You need to have all that planned prior to taking any entry. You need to have that all, knowing exactly what you're willing to risk, where you want to TP, everything, how you're going to manage the trade. Frank, wow, that EJ turned out really well. Not very often I catch these types of moves. It does feel good, especially obviously if you plan it, so well done. Sure, you're not example anymore. But I use you as a good example as well. It's not because you're still learning. You've had a few challenges along the way. I'm talking about actual challenges with your training, not top firm challenges now. I know of them, but as far as emotions and that type of thing, and you're definitely improving. That's a good thing. But slow and steady, my friend. Like I've always said to you, slow and steady.
85 pips, Jesus.
Yeah, it's nuts. Crazy. Volatility from Monday is berserk.
So already I've made 200 pips on the Monday.
Yeah, that's nice. I've made 15. I'm happy with that.
No, I mean,
But it's a different.
Still good.
It's different circumstances. That's what I go for. I'm looking for very small movements because again, I have different plan, different execution styles, different strategy.
Yeah.
And as long as we follow out our own and you know, strategy and play out our plan, then you're doing a decent job with things. Bank of Japan are in the house this morning. Alright. No idea.
Did you hear about Elon Musk has unannounced that he went to China yesterday?
He what?
He went to China but unannounced yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To suss out the competition, did he?
I believe so, yeah.
Likely.
There's no reason why he went there.
Likely. Because China's going to take over that part of the market, EV. I'm sure. EV cars and that, they're definitely going to take over. Because it'd be so much cheaper to produce the end product over there.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he could be in a bit of trouble, but I'm sure he's not that concerned. He's got that much cash.
No, I think he's just only there just to see, like you said, what it looks like with the models they're doing and how they're just producing, really. It's not like he's going there to sabotage anything there, I guess. As long as he's not doing that, then he's safe.
But who knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go, mate. We'll catch you tomorrow. Yep, I'll be on tomorrow, Sean. Be on as per usual for a Tuesday, which is about 7:30 AM UK time, about 30 minutes prior to London Open. London, Fed will keep interest rates on 1st May. Yeah, I agree. Can't see him cutting him anytime soon. So that would probably, unless it's priced in the days leading up to it, I would assume it'll be otherwise met by a bit of a boost to US dollar. Because I'm sure they're going to come out and say that they're not going to be cutting rates anytime soon because inflation has not been curbed as per what they predicted. So it'll be about what they say in the speech, but I'm sure that will be That'll be the rhetoric from it all anyway. So
I do find it a little bit funny that they were trying to target the interest rates to cut down like this year, and now all of a sudden they can't do it because they know it's far too late.
exactly. But everything they've done is just, it has not yet curbed the underlying problem. Because again, inflation is just wreaking havoc.
Yeah, and wage inflation.
Yep.
Because if you put like higher wages, then that's going to cause wage inflation. Because people deserve higher wages, and that's how things should be operated. But because the capitalism side of it is, you know, the corporations don't like it, so obviously what they're going to have to do is raise interest rates on bills and tax and all that stuff to keep people in the low percentage.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, we're raising interest rates, raising wages. It sounds great, and don't get me wrong, it is, like, everyone loves a bit more cash, but that's not gonna help with inflation. That's gonna make inflation go up.
Yeah,
it's gonna
exactly.
cost more to produce for the companies because they're paying their staff more, so they're gonna have to lift their prices up. So it's just a cyclical effect. I mean, it translates across the whole board from the very bottom of the companies to the very top. So, and the very end product. So it's not going to help anything. To be honest, it's frustrating, but it's so true. Yeah. We'd all love extra money, but it's not going to help with inflation. Not going to help with interest rates.
No, absolutely not. And the more it continues to do this, and this is why people are kicking off about it, because it should be like, we deserve to have like a higher wage. And don't get me wrong, it should be the case. And considering the lifetime that we're in right now,
yep, I agree.
Before the higher interest rates, you know, people were still struggling to pay bills or mortgages or houses and stuff like that, you know. But everything's going to be out of spiral, and it's not going to calm down until the next 3 to 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's going to take time as well. It's going to take a long time. There's always conflicts as well, and they'll use that as fuel as to why things are so expensive as well. And obviously what's going on around the Middle East and that, it's affecting oil prices and things like that.
Yeah.
But that also affects cost of production and things like that. So and it just goes all the way down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Abundance rate hold, yep, agree. RR, because of inflation is sticky and lots of people will start buying properties and cars if interest rates drop, which will hit hard. But again, yeah.
I mean, we just had the prices of car prices, car races and rates and house rates last week on the reports. So apparently the figures for the cars was not that great, and I believe it was kind of like the same for the houses as well. So again, as Aaron just mentioned, if people will start buying it, oh boy, it's gonna go mad.
Yeah, exactly. Some uncertain times, that's for sure. Wow, look at GJ, look at this candle. It's already 100 pips. I'm looking and thinking, is that correct? But it is. 193.60 is low. It's popped up to 193.70. It's just dropped back 18 pips in a second. So I would really avoid trading it today. Let it settle down to the point where I wouldn't even analyze it, in all honesty. And this is through experience too. I've sat here for how many years trading GJ and watching it do this sort of shit at times and knowing that forget it, just cross it out today. It's in a mood. Maybe it's that time of the, you know what? Gotta be careful. Yeah. Who knows? but just avoid it. Allowed to be a little bit cheeky at times. Sorry,
What
mate.
about UJ? Is UJ the same as well?
Yeah, UJ's the exact same. Massive moves, which is normally this usually quite a slower mover. This is 83 pips in this one candle. That bearish candle is almost 200 pips.
No, that's absolutely mad.
Yeah, it's not tradable. It looks great when you're in it and you know it's dropping 60 70 pips in seconds, but not easy to get into these moves, to be honest, because again, if you're targeting 1-to-1, I suppose it's giving you that easily right now, but I'm not comfortable taking a 50 plus pip stop loss on GJ. Just not.
No, why would you? I mean, it could just go even more lower, and then you're just gonna hit below.
Yeah, well, right now it's just popping about. It's shifting, you know, 5-10 pips at a time, so I'm really not comfortable with that. Well, has it not created top wick? It's rejecting yet again. Let's look in a daily. It's still not creating up wick. So maybe it won't. As long as it remains below 23.36, 36.20, you may still head back down potentially, but we'll wait and see. RR seems like very aggressive stop loss hunt is going on at the moment. Yeah, if you believe in that type of thing, I think it's just bouncing off your levels, and again, it's just because it was at a certain level, psychological round number 200 flat. I reckon it will be a shit ton of orders to sell it back down. Now it's at a pretty strong level yet again, so it'd be interesting to see if it bounces off it, but a lot of volatility either way.
Well, especially if it's the last week of this month.
Yep. Yeah, last few days. Speaking of, let's look at the monthly. Very strong candle. Well, it's pulling back quite significantly.
More potential upside next month as well.
Yeah, well, for me, I'll just be seeing how today closes and see what what it's up to tomorrow. If it's settled down a bit. Spreads. What's the spread now? Let me have a look. Still pretty good on IC markets, but the thing is, trading this at the moment like GJ, you're gonna get slipped big time. If you have, even if you market execute, you're not gonna get in at the level that you thought you were. And if you have a limit or a stop order, I guarantee it'll be the same thing. You're gonna get really slipped.
Yeah, I mean, we just took that trade on gold. Well, I didn't, but you guys did, and you kind of slipped, just like a pip or two. But it just shows like it's still gonna be like that for maybe for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Big things are happening this week as well.
Yeah, heaps of news. There's got to be a lot of volatility. ARA, long wicks from supply and demand shows that. Yeah, so it's just pinging between it, isn't it? Yeah, I get what you mean. Pick up. Tag some buyers in, perhaps, and then stop him out. Down, tag sellers in. All right, what I want to see on gold moving forward. So once again, we're respecting that level, so it'd be similar sort of plans to what we executed upon just here, but maybe it might eventuate in 15 minutes. So something like this is what I'd be looking at. I definitely want to see a 30-minute closure. So 30-minute closing back bearish. It may close, for instance, like so. So this is the 30-minute closure. Might have a lower low, lower high. And then what I'd be looking for is within this candle, either on the first 15 minutes or the second 15 minutes, there's likely to be probably a second 15-minute candle of it. So I want to see a bit of this. I want to see maybe this is the first 15-minute candle. And this is the second 15-minute candle. Similar to the entry just took here on the 30-minute, but this is the two 15-minute candles within the 30. That's how the 30 is going to close. And then exact same scenario as the next 15-minute candle. The new M30 candle that will be at that point after breaks the upper wick, begins to break low of the bearish candle. That's the entry. That's what I'd probably like to see at this current level on gold. If that makes sense. Otherwise, for me, if it does begin to flip bullish once again, like I mentioned before, I'd rather let it create clear move up, then pull back to retest previous resistance, form support above that level. Then I'd consider my buy options. Aside from that, potential buys once again from lower down, we could pull up to 23.29 roughly. It's high or low if we respect that level there. We look for my color swing price action, buy back up. And if it begins to break below it heads back down towards 23.24, you could look for the same sort of thing at support to buy it from the 4-hour support. So would I sell it below current support? Probably not. Yeah, I'll probably avoid that. That would be the plan on gold. Adam, gold TP. Adam, well, I'm not in a gold trade right now. I was in a sell before. Frank, been a good day. Caught a couple of the yen pairs when it went up this morning in Asia, and a couple when they dropped in London. Time to call a day. Nice one. Yeah, I definitely would, which I'm also about to do, guys. So that's a wrap. That's why I'd be looking out gold. GJ, I just will not be trading it today. I'm not going to bother with it. I wouldn't do the analysis on it because I just wouldn't bother trading it. So just, you know, make of that what you will, but just be careful trading it if you are to. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Once again, tomorrow I'll be on at 7:30 AM UK time. If you have not already done so, please give the stream a like. I wanted to get up to minimum 50 every stream, so you guys know what to do. Just give me a hand. Hit the like button on the way up. I should be good for an MY update video. We'll post that later. Also, what else? If anyone wants to know more about the course or about, you know, what I do as far as coaching, feel free to send me a message. I'll happily get back to you. That's it. Josh, thank you once again. James has just dropped out. Oh, you're there? No worries, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you both. And hope to catch you tomorrow. Everyone else, stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, bro. See you.
Bye for now. Cheers, mate. Bye.